In this video, you're going to see how to use the combined gas law. The combined gas law you get by combining the two gas laws we previously learned. Boyle's law, P1V1 equals P2V2, and Charles' law, V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. If we take these two and kind of blend them together, it turns into P1V1 over T1 equals P2V2 over T2. But there's another way to look at that. What if instead of P1V1 over T1 equals P2V2 over T2, we cross multiply it and use P1V1 times T2 equals P2V2 times T1. That way there's nothing on the bottom to worry about. Now when you're using this equation, P1V1 times T2 equals P2V2 times T1, it's sometimes easiest if you first solve for your unknown. And here's my strategy for solving for an unknown. If you want to solve for V2, circle the variable you're solving for, and then take everything opposite it and put it on the top. So P1V1, T2 goes on the top, and then you take everything that's with it, P2 and T1, and put them on the bottom. So when you solve it, make sure you do everything in parentheses, and you'll have your answer. Let's try another one. Let's see if we can solve for T2. What would T2 equal? Let's erase all this. Still need to erase that. P2, V2, T. So, let's underline T2, circle it, take everything opposite, put it on the top. P2, V2, T1. Take everything with it, P1, V1, put it on the bottom. This is just one option when you go to solve for an equation. When you're solving ideal gas law problems, what you want to make sure, all of your units match, your pressure units, and your temperature units are all in Kelvin. Here's an example. A gas has an initial set of the following properties. V1 is 5 liters, P1 is 1 atmosphere, T1 is 25 degrees Celsius. Celsius isn't good, we want to change it to Kelvin. 25 plus 273 is 298 Kelvin. The temperature is increased to 100 degrees Celsius. This will be T2, but instead of 100 Celsius, we want to use 373 Kelvin. And the pressure is decreased to 0.5 ATMs. ATMs match with ATMs. What's the new volume? We're solving for V2. When you go to solve for V2, opposite, P1, V1, T2 goes on the top. With it, P2 and T1 goes on the bottom. You'll fill in the blanks with the numbers and come up with an answer.